Hey everybody, this is Mr. Walsh and we're going over the physical change and property versus chemical change and property worksheet. And so let's get started. So you'll see here that I have outlined what a physical property is. And the big thing here is that a physical property is observed without destroying it. And a chemical property is something where the substance will change and we'll describe how something changes from one thing to another. Okay, so here we're going to talk about something being chemical or a physical property. We'll just put a C or a P in here. So blue color, that is physical. Density, that is physical. Flammability, when something burns, it's changing. It's changing what it is. It's going from like a log to ash, so that's a chemical. Okay, length is physical, nothing happens there. This word reacts is definitely a key for something being chemical. Supports combustion, again, this is fire. Combustion is a fancy way of saying fire, so that's going to be chemical. Okay, if something tastes sour, to taste something you don't have to change what it is. So this is a physical property. And melting here, melting is, you're not changing the stuff. When ice melts into water, it's still just water in a different form. So melting point is also a physical. Okay, move this over a little bit. Okay, so reacts with water, that's going to be a, again, because of that word reacts, that's going to be a chemical. Hardness, you don't have to change it to know that it's hard, so that's physical. Boiling point, any of these phase changes or state changes, boiling, melting, freezing, condensing, sublimation, these are all just physical changes. And then whether something is shiny, it's luster, that is also physical. Okay, and then the two in the bottom, some students forget that these two at the bottom even exist, but mass, that's physical. And then reacts, again, anytime it's a reacts, that's going to be a chemical. Okay, and so now those same standards can be used for physical change versus a chemical change. A physical change is no new substance forms, just a change in size or something measurable about it. A chemical change is when a new substance is formed. Is it the same? Is it the same from the beginning as when it was at the end? Okay. So whenever you see dissolving, dissolving is always physical. You can get water, you can get salt back out of the water just by evaporating the water off. So it's kind of like a change of state. So this is physical. Okay. Tarnishes, that word, that vocabulary word is kind of like rusting. Okay, so this is chemical. Cutting an apple doesn't change the apple, so that's physical. Okay, and so this is going from, this is a phase change. Okay, and just like up here, okay, phase changes are always physical. Okay, that word react. Okay, baking soda reacts with vinegar. That's a chemical. Okay, iron rusts. Okay, so this is very similar to tarnishing. These two are very much alike. Tarnish and rust. So this is going to be chemical. Okay, I'll move this over a little bit. Evaporates, that's another state change. So that's going to be physical. Melting is a state change. So that's physical. Milk souring. Okay. Now the reason why milk changes its taste or why it sours is because there is a chemical reaction happening. Okay. You have a new substance that is formed. We start with something that you'll want to drink, and the new substance that forms is not something you want to drink. So that is a chemical change. So dissolving, just like up here, dissolving is physical. Okay, you can get the sugar back out just by evaporating the water or whatever it's dissolved in, so that's physical. Rotting is a chemical change. Cooking is always a chemical change. You can't uncook a pancake, or when you have pancake batter and then you cook it, it's a new substance. Okay, inflating a tire is physical. Digestion, okay, and I don't mean to be gross, but I will say that, like, when you start eating something, it's you'll eat it and you don't want to eat what comes out the other side. Okay, so digestion, so it's changing, so that's a chemical change. You get a new substance. Okay, and just by absorbing water, like a spill or something, that doesn't make any different new substance, so this is a physical change. Okay, and the last section here is the true-false. Okay, so let's see what we get. It says, changing the size and shapes of pieces of wood would be a chemical change. Okay, that's not a chemical change, so that's false, because it's changing the size. It would be a physical change. Okay, in a physical change, the makeup of matter is changed. Nope. Okay, that would be a chemical change, so that's false. It says evaporation occurs when liquid water changes into a gas. That's true. Okay, again, that's a phase change or a state change. Okay, I can call this a state change if you want. Okay, evaporation is a physical change. That is also true. Burning wood. Burning is one of our key vocabulary words for something being a chemical change, so that's false. Okay, combining hydrogen and oxygen to make water. So it says combining, but the only way you can take hydrogen and oxygen that are separate, that are two separate things, and turn them into water is by doing a reaction. So that's wrong. That would be a chemical change, so this is false. Breaking up concrete is a physical change. That's true. Okay, sand being washed out to sea from the beach. Okay, you're not changing the sand. The sand is still sand. So this is just a physical change. It's just a change in physical location, so that's false. When ice cream melts, so whatever this is, ice cream melting, this is a phase change or a state change. So melting. So if this doesn't say physical, then I know that it's a chemical change. See, so that's false. And then acid rain damaging a marble. So the damage is caused by a reaction. So this is a chemical change, so this is also false. So you should have false, false, true, true, false, false, true, false, false, false. Okay, great. So there it is. That's the physical chemical worksheet. Have a great day, everybody.